The Dogs, in association with the Greyhound Board of Great Britain. Well, hello and welcome to another edition of The Dogs. A rare daytime trip. We're at Crayford for the Ladbrokes Golden Jacket semi-finals. 3 quality affair plus action from the supporting competitions coming up later in the programme. Also on this week's programme, we count down to the Ladbrokes Midland Puppy Derby with trial stakes at MONMORE. We're off to PELAW Grange for their biggest night of the year. And we preview the Racing Post Juvenile Championship. When leading veteran BOHERBRADDA Mac won the Joe Hardy Memorial at PELAW Grange recently, it was a proud moment for all at the Chester Street venue. It was the biggest event staged at the track for many years and showed PELAW for what it is, a friendly, family-run, grassroots greyhound stadium for people who love their sport in comfortable, almost homely surroundings. The Dogs last paid a visit to PELAW some 5 years ago. It had just switched codes from independent to NGRC affiliated, had built a new kennel complex and had made its mark quickly. But what was different then was 5 dog racing. Now, of course, it's 6.
Well, Jeff, since we were last here, things have changed a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Got the 6 dogs racing now under the GB instead of the NGRC, but more or less still plodding away.
You still retain that great atmosphere you have there.
Yeah, we're a small sort of stadium, obviously family run, so we know a lot of the customers, and it tends to sort of rub off, and we get to know the customers and treat them sort of as friends more than customers or anything else, and have a good relationship. The small stadium builds up a good atmosphere when you get a few people in like tonight.
And all the staff muck in doing almost every job.
That's right, it's everybody helps each other out. You've got to multitask.
PELAW does a night out really well. Its restaurant is a popular choice for local people and many travel to it from nearby Newcastle. The night of the Joe Hardy Memorial Final had the turnstiles busier than usual, with high quality racing and 1 or 2 familiar faces from the open race scene.
It's a great little track. It's a real doggy track. There's a lot of good doggy people in there, and don't get me wrong, you've got to have the right sort of dog to run this track. It's a little tricky track, but I think it's fantastic the sponsors have put up the prize money in this economic climate, so it's good.
I was brought up on these sort of places, and it's like going back in time, like, you know, and it's great, really. It's great that these places exist, like.
It's a shame it's a little bit too far away for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big old drive for us. I mean, not, you know, it's worth it for races like this, but obviously for one-offs and the like, it's not quite so attractive, like, but it's certainly, like, think about it in the future.
Of course, it's no stranger to you. You used to come here when it was unlicensed.
Yeah, before I took my licence out, and obviously the track took the licence out, we had a good open dog that broke the track record here at the sprint, and the money was down, so it was a good time.
So fond memories, and obviously you'll be back again if they put a decent races on.
Well, we've come up before when there's been opens on, but there's talk about a £10,000 competition later in the year, so I think everybody will come back. I think the trainers that haven't been here before have enjoyed it, and it's a good little friendly track, and Jeff that owns it and David, the racing manager, they're brilliant.
Helping to continue to put PELAW on the open race map is racing manager David Gray, who wears many hats at the track, including race commentator, and deals with a huge number of trainers in and around the area.
It's very difficult juggling them all. There's a lot of the trainers have just got 1 and 2 dogs, so they're very small trainers as compared to the bags tracks and one thing another. So again, it's difficult. We've got about 70 trainers on the books at the moment, ranging from trainers just with 1 and 2 dogs to some having like sort of 20 runners. We've got probably about 3 or 4 professional trainers. So yeah, it's difficult keeping them all happy all of the time.
Now, before you came here, it was 5 dog racing. It's quite a tight track. You've gone to 6 dogs. Is it okay? Yeah,
it's fine. We don't have any problems. It's one of them tracks that I always say if you come and have a couple of looks round, then there's no problem with the shape of the track. Yes, it is quite tight and quite small, but I say once the dogs have been round a few times, it's not a problem.
PELAW had a number of supporting open races on the night, and the bookies did some great business. But the star proved to be the former Sprinter of the Year, the Harry Williams-trained BOHERBRADDA Mac. He ran from trap 3 and with his trademark early speed was always in the vanguard position.
And away they go, racing up towards the first bend, and BOHERBRADDA Mac breaks quickly, heads straight towards the rails, shows its trapping boots and leads round here from racing in second, MONMORE Mayhem. There's Mayhem on the outside there. Target Brett was badly balked as they head down the far side, and BOHERBRADDA Mac with a 2.5 length lead here. MONMORE Mayhem racing in second, and the break back to the others, Lockbeak Blonde and also Hesley Dingo. They come around the final bend, and it's BOHERBRADDA Mac that's going to make most and win.
The PELAW faithful know a good dog when they see one and showed their appreciation, and the sponsors on the night were delighted with such a strong competition and of course an outstanding winner.
My dad still been out today, he'd been in his glory. He loved ground racing, all of his brothers did, he had 7 brothers, them lived for grounds. My grandfather before that, he lived for grounds. It's 5 generations of grounds what we've gone through and still are today, and can't give it up.
I've spent the last 20 years with Alan as a business partner, and to do what we're doing now as a company is fantastic for us. We look forward to it. If Joe Hardy was sitting up there tonight, he'd be laughing his back off. He'd be absolutely loving this, and this is what it's all about. We want to give as much support to PELAW as we can, and it's been really good for us as a company, and it's been good for everybody here, we hope, and we hope it continues.
Off to MONMORE for a look at the latest batch of Ladbroke Midland Puppy Derby Trial Stakes. In Division 1, Chris Lund's Droopy's Russo, who made an eye-catching debut the previous week when second to Farley Blitz, was the 4-6 favourite. And they're off and running up towards the first bend. Nice start from 2, Ballymac Rumble. Showing good speed though, Stargaze, and that takes over. The favourite moves up on the inside, Droopy's Russo. There was trouble at the back there, Speedily done no favours, that's towards the rear. And also Ballymac Rumble now as they head down the far side. It's Stargaze leading, but that lead being reduced by Droopy's Russo, who's got it down to about 1.5 lengths. After he's moving up into third now is Crown Hawk in 5. They come around the final bend. Stargaze taken on by Droopy's Russo. Stargaze finds more to beat Droopy's Russo. Stargaze winning for Lorraine Sams in 28.48. In Division 2, Pat Rosney's Bower Eagle, who'd beaten Stargaze last week, went to traps as the 5-4 favourite. Carly Philpott's Ballymac William was next at 7-4. There they go. Nice start from Ballymac William, but pacing up on its outside, Ballymac Ace, and that's got the legs of it. Into the first bend, Ballymac Ace had been off the track for a little while, leading here from Ballymac William. Then there's a break back to Director's Spur on the inside of Bower Eagle, who was slightly crowded at the first bend. Then comes Farley Zack and Westmead Bonnie as they come around the second last bend, and Ballymac Ace with a 2.5 length lead over Ballymac William. And then comes Bower Eagle. They come around the final bend, and Ballymac Ace just in front. Ballymac William's closing. Ballymac Ace will win. Well, Ballymac Ace beating Ballymac William again in 28.37. In Heat 3, Farley Totty for Barry Draper was the even money favourite, whilst Bower Hawk went off at 5-4. These two dominated the prices. Up go the lids and a nice start, Farley Totty on the inside. 5 kind of close as they run up towards the first bend. Escalari showed plenty of pace to the turn and comes to challenge Farley Totty, but Farley Totty having none of it and now goes 1.5 lengths clear at halfway. Improving his Bower Hawk in 3. There comes 5 kind of close. They come around the second last bend and it's Farley Totty. He's opening up a 3.5 length advantage over Bower Hawk. Then a break back to Escalari. It's easy for Farley Totty. Farley Totty recording the quickest time of the night, 28.27. It's Fearzaphonic by 2 lengths here from BOHERBRADDA. It's Fearzaphonic. He is absolutely cruised up in the end.
The Racing Post Juvenile Championship always throws up a great winner. Last year, Fearzaphonic went on to become Greyhound of the Year. This year's event also has 6 outstanding contenders.
It's a power-packed performance from Eye on the Storm, who picks up the Bedford Eclipse for 2009. It's all about Lenson Bolt, who has bolted clear. New Lawn Class from Pat Buckley, leading into the third bend by 2.5 lengths here from Eye on the Storm, giving chase in second. Then a gap back to 2 challenging times up towards winning line. New Lawn Class has trumped Eye on the Storm here. 2 short 11s coming up the inside. Short 11 semi-final for 2009. It's going to be another summer win for the Puppy Derby. 4 of them in back as track 5, Westmead Logan wins.
So who will succeed Fierceophonic as Racing Post Juvenile Champion? Join us live on Sky Sports from Wimbledon on Tuesday.
Coming up after the break, we're off to Crayford for the Ladbroke Golden Jacket semi-finals.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Dogs and Crayford's popular Saturday matinee meeting, which last week featured the Ladbroke's Golden Jacket semi-finals. Once again worth £15,000 to the winner, the jacket is proving as popular as ever and Crayford is buzzing.
It's the first major event of the year. Lots of people look forward to it. It's as popular as some of the classics, I think. And certainly, if you look around, we've got the support that we always get at this time of year.
There's been a change of schedule here at Crayford. You dropped the Monday nights, but you've got Fridays now. How are they going?
Yeah, they're going very well, actually. We dropped Mondays because of the recession, and it was getting more and more difficult to attract people at midweek. Thought Friday was more of a weekend night, and it's proved to be successful.
3 jacket semi-finals were supported by heats of 2 540-metre competitions on the flat and over hurdles, with Special Liberty starting out on her defence of the Peter Bussey Memorial.
And away they go, racing up towards the first bend of 5. Zena's Faye out fast here. 1 Special Liberty moving up on the inside. Oh, trouble there. Bad trouble for Lenson Maymay and Capel Smiley at the back as they enter the straight for the first time. The outsider, Zena's Faye, trained locally by Gemma Davidson, leads here by 2.5 lengths. Special Liberty for Lorraine Sams off in chase. Then we've got a break back to Borna Heather, who just got in the way of Centurion Henry at that third bend as they come round the penultimate turn, and it's Zena's Faye with his 2.5 length lead, and doesn't look as though she's going to be caught here. Zena's Faye beats Special Liberty. And the favourite here in trap 6, Stand Up for Seamus Cahill at 6-4, and there they go. And as they race into the first bend and 3, Class Vieri out fast, Stand Up handy on the outside, so they queue up to come and challenge here. 1 Romeo Chieftain was slightly crowded, and so was 4 Mistley Colonel, and they leave behind Boulavogue, who's treading water at the back at the moment with Killishin 60. So head down the far side, and Class Vieri has opened up a 4.5 length lead here from Romeo Chieftain, who's barged its way through into second place. After these comes Stand Up lying in third, Boulavogue having to check in behind. They come around the final turn, and it's Class Vieri who's made all here for Dennis Curtin. Class Vieri beats Romeo Chieftain. 2-1 favourite here, Romeo and Course in trap 5 for David Firmager. And there they go, all the favourites out fast. Romeo and Course leads up early here from 3, I'm Only the Driver, and gets past that rival into the first bend. 4, Bridge Brave having to check in behind, and of course a concertina effect on these tight bends. Ministry Harim done no favours towards the back, and you can see there's more bumping in arrears with Capel Yankee, and also towards the back there, Reevy's Rainbow. Meantime up front, and Romeo and Course has really built on the lead, gone 6 lengths clear here from I'm Only the Driver in second. Then comes Bridge Brave as they come around the final bend, and it's Romeo and Course on course for an easy success by a good 10 lengths. Romeo and Course the winner just in second. I'm Only the Driver.
Again berthed in her favoured red box in Saturday's final, Special Liberty is a 7-2 chance to win with sponsors Ladbrokes. Favourite though is impressive and fastest heat scorer, the Dave Firmager trained Romeo on Course, who wears the black jacket of 4. Back inside, Crayford's restaurant was full to the brim with the classic English breakfast proving as popular as ever. Next up, 2 heats of the Chief Ramsbottom Hurdle, named after the former popular Crayford timber topper.
And away we go. Good start here from 2 Rockview Crash as they rush up towards the first bend. Oh, what a horrific fall there for Bank on John. The 7-4 favourites out of the race. Meantime up front, there's a bit of bumping going on. Rockview Crash leading and jumps that flight safely ahead of Junior Mac, who was in the wars, and it's trying to bustle up Rockview Crash around these bends. Now Junior Mac goes on from Rockview Crash. Improving on the outside is Aero Blackjack. Then a break back to Ardmail Machine. They jump over the last on the far side, and Junior Mac now challenged by Aero Blackjack. 12-1 on the prices, could be in for a big shocker here. Chris Cronin's Aero Blackjack takes it and wins from Junior Mac. Well, last year's winner Nebuchadnezzar, the 4-6 favourite here, And there they go, racing out towards the first bend. Bright start by 3, Platinum Formale, as they jump over the first, and that leads. Moving up into second place comes Forest Tyson in 1. After these comes 6, that's Handy Magic with 4, Nebuchadnezzar, with a lot on its plate at the moment. Jumping well out in front is Platinum Formale. This leads by 3.5 lengths. From back in second place is Forest Tyson. 2 lengths back to Nebuchadnezzar. That's really motoring down the far side. Jumps that flight well. Oh, blocked off at the second last bend. Platinum Formale leading here from Forest Tyson. Nebuchadnezzar trying to qualify. They come to the last. Platinum Formale will hold on, and Nebuchadnezzar managed to get second.
Well, Lorraine, job done. Both defending champions, Special Liberty and Nebuchadnezzar through to the final.
Yes, they're both there and really, really pleased that they are. Yep.
And how's the bitch?
Yeah, she's fine. She's had a couple of bad sort of knocks around here, so hopefully today that'll be a little bit of a confidence booster for her.
And this fella running into form, Nebuchadnezzar?
He is, yeah, he's been a little bit out of luck recently, but listen, they're both in the final, so that's great.
And they love their Saturday mornings here at Crayford?
Yeah, they do, so do I.
The strong running Nebuchadnezzar is an even money chance to win the Chief Ramsbottom hurdle. He runs from trap 2. His heat conqueror, Platinum Formally, again heads the opposition. And staying with the hurdlers, news recently that star jumper Platinum Lancelot has been retired after injury. We caught up with Brad Russell, the dog's part owner.
Everybody's been really, really kind. I've had texts coming out from this, my ears, everywhere else. It's quite tough when everyone says to you, you know, we're really sorry. We're okay and he's okay, so tell him not to worry, it's all right, but thank you very much.
Back on the terraces at Crayford, punters readied themselves for 3 Golden Jacket semi-finals. The first semi saw Danbury Dodger go off odds on after impressing in the heats. Prolific scoring Midway Skipper was next in, while Paul Young was doubly handed with Bubbly Bam Bam and White Blaze.
And away they go, racing out towards the first bend. Nice break by Midway Skipper, trying to get across towards the rails. Up front, though, it's going to be White Blaze that gets round the turn in front. Just ahead of Midway Skipper, who got round safely. Moving up into third now and starting to close upon these is Bubbly Bam Bam. Then comes 1, Danbury Dodger, the odds-on favourite. This quartet getting away from the others. So they come round the fourth bend. A real old scrap for the lead between White Blaze and Midway Skipper. At the moment, White Blaze probably about half length up as they enter the fifth bend. Midway Skipper in second. Bubbly Bam Bam seems to be creeping closer. After this comes Danbury Dodger. They come down towards the second last bend, and White Blaze still with the advantage over Midway Skipper, who seems to have every chance. After this comes Bubbly Bam Bam. They come around the final bend, and it's Paul Young's White Blaze finding more. White Blaze will win. Midway Skipper second. Bubbly Bam Bam back in third.
He's one of our pups we bred ourselves, reared by Ricky Holloway, and he's, you know, we always thought he had a big race in him somewhere, but wasn't quite doing it. We thought he just lacked 2 or 3 lengths of being a great dog, but around here it seems to suit him, and hopefully he's going to do well in the final.
Dazzle Special caught the eye in the heats, qualifying after a trouble-marred run. The anti-post favourite was made a 3's-on chance for the second semi-final, with supporters of Theresa Humwick's bitch looking for a smoother run.
And away they go, and it's a nice start from 2, Bubbly Finbar. Pacing up, though, Dazzle Special. Will she get round the bend unscathed? And yes, she does. She's out and gone. It's Dazzle Special, the 1 to 3 favourite, quickening away now. Bodale Clare in second. After these comes 5 out wide, Forcum Emperor. Then we've got Eye on the Spirit towards the rear at the moment, Bubbly Finbar. And also at the back at the moment, we've got Lucerne Reese. A lap to go then, and it's Dazzle Special increasing the lead with every stride. Some 7 lengths clear as they head down the far side final time. Back in second place still Bodale Clare. Then we've got racing in third Forcum Emperor. Just making a move now, Eye on the Spirit trying to qualify back in second. But there's only one winner here, and this has been a special performance from Dazzle Special, who's dazzled them here in the sunshine at Crayford. Dazzle Special the winner, just getting second, Eye on the Spirit.
And we wasn't really sure whether to put her in it or not, because we've been keeping her to a galloping track, which she likes, because she strides out well and she likes the bigger tracks. And we hummed and hard about coming, but you've got to go for the bigger races, haven't you, to give her a chance.
And she caught my eye middle of last year. Now, out of season, probably even better.
Yeah, she's come back out of season. She seems to be a bit keener. She's a bit more determined in running. Last time she would wait for the gaps and sort of ease and wait for the gaps, well now she goes for the gaps and pushes her way through. She's a lot more determined than that this time round.
There was another odds-on chance in the third semi, and plenty of Irish interest here as Group Skater went off favourite for Paul Hennessy. Hennessy also had Hello Hippie in 3, but the betting suggested victory for the red jacket.
And we're away for the third semi-final, and 4 Ashby Diamond trapped out well, but look at the pace from Ard Senorita, going to lead into the first bend. A little bit of bother there. Oh dear, Such Is Life is knocked over the back. That didn't help. Hello Hippie towards the rear as well as head down towards the third bend. A lead with Ard Senorita out in front. Group Skater disputing second at the moment, goes clear second from Ashby Diamond. After these comes Hello Hippie trying to catch onto their coattails, and after these comes Seize the Moment. They go down the far side for the final time. We've got a new leader, Group Skater. The Irish challenger's gone 2.5 lengths away from Ashby Diamond up in the second. Ard Senorita giving away easily. Hello Hippie trying to qualify for Paul Hennessy as well as they come around the final turn. It's Group Skater, the 1-2 favourite, who really has skated clear. Group Skater wins by 5 lengths. Back in second was Ashby Diamond.
He can run over any distance. He ran over 550, 575, 600, 750. He's just a brilliant dog. He can run over any distance. It's just his finishing power gives him the momentum to get through. Like.
And we have to say, big up to your governor, Paul Hennessy, to enterprising move to bring the dog over.
Oh, he's a smart man. He knows what he had to do, with his dogs.
Yours truly in the Racing Post, Jim Cremin, did the draw for the final. It promises to be a cracking decider at Crayford Saturday morning. Dazzle Special will go off favourite after that scintillating effort in the semis. Ladbrokes make her a 2's-on chance to win. But will we have a first Irish winner of the jacket?
Well, Richard, Ladbrokes Golden Jacket has come up trumps again.
Yeah, lovely to see the 3 big names make the final, the big guns, Group Skater, Midway Skipper and Dazzle Special, the anti-post favourite, bidding to become the first clear anti-post favourite to win the jacket for many, many years.
And I think the draw for the finals worked out quite well.
It's asked a few questions. I think Midway being inside Dazzle might just cause her an issue going to the bend. If Dazzle clears, I think she'll probably win. But I think the prices will reflect that in due course. Group Skater couldn't be better. You know, a real tight railer, loves Crayford, and perfect. You'd have picked Trap One yourself.
After winning her semi-final by almost 16 lengths, it looks Dazzle Special's Ladbrokes Golden Jacket to lose.
Here's what's coming up with the open race calendar. Romford is the place to be on Friday with another packed programme. The Ladbroke Golden Jacket final takes place at Crayford's Saturday morning fixture. If you can't get to the track, you can watch all the action in your local betting shop. In the evening, there's opens at Monmore and Swindon. There's also opens on Monday night at Nottingham and Romford. Don't forget to visit our website, thedogs.co.uk, for the latest information on your local track. Next Tuesday, we're live on Sky Sports 3 as we have all the best action from Wimbledon's Racing Post Juvenile Championship meeting.
The Dogs, in association with the Greyhound Board of Great Britain.